So for me, I'll be recording a lot of these clips, but every time I feel like I'm going to talk about a different topic, I'm just going to end and restart the video. That way we don't need to put someone on the team on, making any changes to this clip, and we save time and resources on that. It's easier. And right, so what I wanted to talk about real quick was one of the things I struggle with a lot is finding, and I spoke about this in the previous video, but finding balance between pushing yourself and allowing yourself to relax. And if you look out in the world and on the internet, you see there's usually two camps. There's usually two perspectives. There's this work until you die, as in not work until the day you die, but work so hard that you're killing yourself, metaphorically speaking, right? Not literally. Work really hard. And the version of me 1-2 years ago really had that belief where, okay, I need to, in order to be successful and achieve my dreams and get to my goals, I need to work 16 hours a day. You listen to audio, you see these interviews. I know there was an interview with Idris Elba, I think he's called. He's a British actor, and I think he was a swimmer as well. And he said, I could easily work 20 hours a day, no problem. And all I can think about when you say that, I actually wonder if they go back and listen to how ridiculously stupid they sound. Now, no offense to him, right? Got a lot of respect, hard worker, achieved a lot, only praise. But that statement made me cringe so hard. It's almost as if he's advocating towards other people to work 20 hours a day and sleep 4 hours. Okay, maybe it's possible that he has a special gene, special DNA, special whatever in his body that allows him to work off 4 hours of sleep. But for 99.99% of everyone in this world, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So when I see people make these claims, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he achieved a lot as well. Only praise for the guy. But then he has an interview, or I don't know, he gave a speech somewhere. I saw the video, and he says, sleep less. If you only got 6 hours, so sleep less, work harder, or whatever it was. I think the actual phrase that he said was, and I tried to quote at least to the best of my ability that I can remember, it said something along the lines of, you got 24 hours in a day. What you do in those 24 hours determines, your success. Okay, sure, I agree. And then, you have this many hours for this, you have this many hours for this, and then you have 6 hours for sleep. And then he said, well, and then people say, Arnold, but, I need 8 hours to sleep. Well, then I suggest you sleep faster. And look, come on, let's face it, that's BS, that's bullshit. Like, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you say, but that's bullshit, and you know it. And if the person saying that, maybe it's taken out of context, I don't know, but if you say that as a person, then either you're lying to yourself, either you're clueless, you're very lucky, because maybe you have some because there's people who only need 4 or 5 hours of sleep, right, and they can function. Like, they don't need more because of the way their body is made. I don't know the science behind it, but there's people that have that. But that's like a 0.0001% of the entire world's population. So out of more than 7 billion people, how many people would have that, right? So you cannot give that advice. That's like me saying, imagine that I'm a very good-looking lady or guy. Like, I think I'm decent-looking, right? But I'm definitely not model level. But there's people who are born and they're just so insanely beautiful, right? Their facial structure, perfect dynamics, whatever. The golden triangle, they call it. I don't know what they call it, but they look amazing. Okay, well, it's like it takes someone that's insanely pretty that was just born that way, right? And then have them make a statement every day. I don't know, I can't even come up with something stupid, Sam. Let me think for a second. Every day, you look in the mirror and you say, the shape of my nose should be this way. And I did that every day, and my nose became as beautiful as it is today, right? It's like, come on. No one watching this, no one hearing that statement would ever believe, oh, that makes sense. Every day I'm going to say to myself, my nose is growing in a certain way, or my hair is growing in a certain way, and it happens. Now, you can condition your self-confidence, right? You can say, I'm pretty. My face is pretty, you know? My forehead is not too big. Haha. And you keep repeating that. And yes, of course, you can get more self-confidence, but that's a different story. I'm talking about how you visually look aesthetically towards other people, how other people perceive you. You cannot just change that by saying it and thinking it. But that person might be born that way, right? So when I hear people say, going back to the sleep argument, sleep less, it's like, screw you. You know, screw you. Just be quiet. Just shut up. It frustrates me. Because I know 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I listened to a lot of those videos, and I still do some days because I find inspiration and guidance and, you know, teachings in it. Similar to what a lot of people get out of it. But I remember 8 years ago, I listened to these speeches, and you look at these people that have achieved certain things that maybe you want to achieve. And then you hear someone like that say, oh, you just sleep less, right? And you think, oh, okay, I'll sleep less, I'll be successful, right? No, but that's not how it works. That's just... So, I don't know how I got into this topic, but I just feel like, you know, yeah. I don't even know what I started talking about. I guess I just want to say I want to do this to keep myself accountable, alright? So, alright. Giving up for now. Bye-bye.